Hey guys, it's Becca and I'm here today with 2,000 questions about me. If that sounds boring to you, maybe it sounds interesting, I don't know. I found this book at Five Below and I thought I would just answer some questions. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of am stuck with no video. I didn't have anything really to upload. I plan to do a Red Fox planner review for you soon, and so I'm hoping to get that together. But tonight I have a book that I'm going to kind of flick through and read a couple questions and answer them for you. So I hope you're interested. I'm just going to move the camera just a little bit so I can move it back a little bit. But yeah, I did get this book at Five Below. It was $5, and it has 2,000 questions in it, and they range from, Christian based, music, really just like character questions. Some are just silly questions, just a whole bunch of random questions. So that is what I'm going to do tonight. I'm just going to answer a couple of them for you. I went through and highlighted some that I felt comfortable answering, and I wrote them in pink. So if you're interested in watching, definitely give this a thumbs up. Yeah, I thought I would just jump on here and maybe answer some questions for you guys, and definitely leave me some comments in the comments if you have a question or whatever. I will be interested in doing maybe a Q&A on my channel soon, so I will answer those questions in the next video, whatever questions you leave, okay? So today I will be answering some questions from here. I'm really not even going to keep track of how many I answer. I'll just keep going till y'all stop watching, I guess. No, I'll probably do about 10 to 12 questions. I have 2,000 to choose from, so yeah. Thank you guys for joining tonight. My name is Becca, and I'm going to get right into it. I've got a lot of questions to answer, so let me get started. I went through, like I said earlier, and I highlighted some of them that I thought would be fun to talk about. So I hope you guys are excited. Thank you all for watching tonight. Okay, the first question is number 17. And let me see if I have a pen back here. Yeah, I do. I have a little pencil. So if I answer it, I will check it so I don't keep answering the same questions. Number 17, where would you most like to live? Okay, so in a world where I could just choose whatever, I would like to live in England. I think it would be so cool. Of course, this is if my husband would like to come with me. Obviously, I'm not going to just move there. But yeah, England would be awesome. I would love to just go and live there maybe, I don't know, for a year or so. I think it'd be really neat, and maybe work in like a tea room or in a bed and breakfast. I think that would be so cool. I mean, I think all of us have like a destination place that we would love to just live in, and that would be mine. I don't know about you, but I love watching like Escape to the Country is one of my favorite things to watch on British television. Also Mary Berry, the British baking show, all those kind of things. I would, hello Ashley, I would love to just move there and just live there for like a year, just to kind of enjoy England and just kind of see what it was about. And so that's something that I definitely would like to do. Wouldn't that be awesome if I could do that? Anyway, let me go ahead and go to the next question. The next question is, and like I said, I did highlight a couple of them, so I kind of have to go through and find them. What food is romantic to you? I think cheesecake is really romantic. I love cheesecake. I'm telling you right now, I just love Junior's cheesecake. How many of you have ever been to Junior's restaurant in New York City? They have the best cheesecake. I just love it. And so yeah, cheesecake with strawberries on top, or like a mousse, chocolate mousse cheesecake is like one of my favorite things. And so yeah, I love that. It's one of my favorite delicacies, I guess you could say. All right, the next question is, who taught you how to drive? Well, my mom. I feel like my mom taught me more than my dad taught me. But when I was learning to drive, I was very blessed because my parents both drive pretty well. I mean, and so when I was learning, my mom did most of the talking and teaching me how. I think my dad took me to a parking lot and had me like turning and stuff. I remember that. But my mom was the one that I feel like spent the most time talking about turning and stopping and all that kind of stuff. It seems like such a long time ago though, like years and years. Hey, Allison. So yeah, I mean, learning how to drive, I'm 36 now, and that was what, like 20 years ago? Yeah, that was a long time ago. Okay, this is an interesting question. It says, which would you rather have if you had to? A broken leg or a broken arm? If I had to choose, I would definitely say a broken arm because I could still get around. I feel like with a broken leg, I'd be hobbling around everywhere and it would be really, really painful. And I feel like I would injure myself worse, like I would, or more. I would like fall down the steps because I'd be hobbling. I'm not very graceful in that kind of a way. So I feel like if I had a broken leg, I'd be in worse shape than if I just had a broken arm. I don't know. Kind of a silly question. Let's see. The next question is, where do you cut costs when you need to save? Now for you that have just joined on, I have 2,000 questions about me. I won't answer them all tonight, but I did get this book at Five Below. I thought it was kind of a neat idea for videos, and I said earlier that, yeah, I was kind of not sure what to post today, and I didn't want to not post a video, so here we go. We're answering questions. Okay, the question is, where do you cut costs when you need to save? And I think if I was going to answer that truthfully, it would be I just don't go shopping just to find bargains. I know I recently put a video up about ways, I'm trying to remember the name of the video, dangers of bargaining, the 5 dangers of bargaining. So if you haven't checked out that video, check it out. But I talked on that video about reasons or ways that we can shop and some of the dangers that we fall into because we are just shopping to shop and we don't really have a purpose, or we're trying to find deals that other people have. And anyway, so when I try to cut costs, or if we're trying to, you know, budget money, the first thing that I do is probably cut out like Dollar Tree or thrift stores. I don't just go and look for stuff randomly. I'm just more cutting back on that kind of that thing. And one way we do cut costs as well is not going out to eat as much. That's really hard to do because I feel like for my husband and I, it's just the two of us, so it's really easy to just go out to eat. But that's a big money waster, is going out to eat. I'm telling you, it can, I mean, for us, we feel like $27 is cheap to go out to eat. And if you do it like 3 or 4 times a week, it really adds up. It's so much easier and cheaper to eat at home. So I feel like, yeah, cutting going out to eat and cutting just random shopping is like the biggest way I save money. Okay, here's a fun question. What was one thing you begged your parents for as a kid and they finally gave it to you? I'm ashamed to tell you, but one Christmas, I think I was about like 16, maybe 15, I don't know, somewhere in my teens, and I really wanted a CD player, you know, a radio CD player. And I think it had a tape deck in there too. And it kind of like a boom box, but not like a square one. It was more like a round one. And I just really wanted that so bad. And I remember just like asking my parents over and over and just like hinting and hinting, which I never really did as a kid, but well, maybe I did, but I just remember getting on them a lot. And I think my parents were like, okay, you know, like, or whatever. And they had already purchased it for me. And I just kept like, and Christmas morning, I think I remember that Christmas, they had the flu, they were in bed sick, and Josh and I were in the living room opening our gifts, and it was a radio CD player, and I was so like, I felt so terrible because I'd given them such a hard time. So yeah, that was what it was. I wish I had that still, but man, I used that so much. It was my favorite gift ever, I think. Okay. Let's see, what slogan or jingle got stuck in your head forever? I don't know about you, but I feel like when I was younger and there were stores, like department stores back in the day, there were a couple that I used to go to when I was younger. One was called Jamesway and one was called Caldor. And I remember the jingle in my head. Okay, Caldor's went like this. We're your Caldor, we're your Caldor. And then Jamesway was at another department store. And this one I always got stuck in my head, and I still remember it. James Way, we're gonna make you say ooh. I just always remember those, like from when I was a kid, you know, like when you're shopping and you're in the store and there's music playing. I always remember those two jingles. Yeah, I'll never forget them. All right, let's go to another question. And if you're watching and you're having a good time watching, just give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much. The next question is, what is your favorite hobby? I think YouTube's my favorite hobby. I really enjoy jumping on here sometimes and uploading videos and just sharing things that are going on. Right now, nothing's really going on. That's why I'm answering questions, but I figured I would get on here and just answer some questions, and feel free to leave questions in the comments. I'm gonna be doing a Q&A soon. But anyway, this is one of my favorite things. I've been doing it for 3 years, and I just enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. It's fun to like share parts of my life with you, and I like to read your comments, get advice from you. I learn a lot from y'all in the comments, so I really enjoy that as well. So yeah, YouTube definitely is my favorite hobby. Okay, let's see here. I think some of these questions are repetitive because I know a couple of them I've seen twice. Okay, if you could start a business tomorrow, what would it be? I think if I had like no limit of money just falling in my lap to start a business, I would I would find a place that was very, not touristy, but kind of like Williamsburg, or a place that was maybe in the country or something, near a place that people visit all the time, and I would open up a bed and breakfast. I think that would be such a neat thing to have a bed and breakfast and then have a little tea room adjoining the bed and breakfast where I could have that open when I didn't have visitors there. I think that would be so cool. It's a pretty big cost, I think, involved, but I really would love that. Man, I would love that. Okay, here's a question for all you tea and coffee drinkers. This question says, where's your favorite place to get coffee or tea? So you might think I might say Starbucks, but really my favorite place to get coffee, if I'm going to go get coffee, is Wawa. And the reason why is because they have creamer that is lactose free or non-dairy creamer, and that just, I love that. And I can just drink like, you know, the big old cups of coffee and pour in as much creamer as I want. Normally I do it like a medium lightness, but I just like Wawa coffee. I'm not really sure why. I just have always really enjoyed the flavor of their coffee. I like to get hazelnut with hazelnut creamer, and then I'll put cinnamon, like just drizzle some cinnamon on there. So good. Now, I don't normally go and buy tea anywhere necessarily. I mean, Starbucks has good iced tea, so I'll get that, but not, if I'm going to Starbucks, I normally get like a Frappuccino or something, like a fun drink. I don't normally get coffee or tea there, really. Okay, let's see. Actually, no, that's not true. I just recently came up, my friend, actually Allison, she recommended the London Fog from Starbucks, and I do like that. And that's like it's an Earl Grey tea with cream. It's really good. You should try the London Fog if you haven't. So I guess Starbucks would be where I'd go to get tea if I wanted to. All right, let's see here what else we have. Okay, here's one. This one makes me a little sick to talk about because it scared me so badly when I was younger. But what was the most this question says, what was the most dangerous thing you have ever done? And I still remember how stupid I was when I was younger. We had a above ground pool. It was a 4-foot pool, or like the circular one, outside our house when I was younger. And I remember, I'm sure my parents told me not to go in the pool without them, right? I mean, most parents give you all the rules and everything, right? And we were probably, I don't know, like 8 to 12 years old, in that range. Anyway, one day I went in there without them, and the cover was on. It was kind of like a bubble wrap, like a thick cover like this. But you could get in the pool, and then so I got in the pool and swam under that cover, and it wasn't that far across the other side of the pool. Well, I could have come up in the middle and not caught my breath, and you know what I mean? Like, I could have died. I just think that was the dumbest thing I've ever done, and it was dangerous. Like, I could have really hurt myself. So kids, don't ever do that. Don't be making silly mistakes in the pool, I'm telling you right now. That was really dumb. Of course, I didn't come up in the middle. I went all the way across, but I was out of breath by the time I got there. And then I had to pull the cover away so I could get up. Why do we do things, right? Why do we do things? That was probably the dumbest thing I've ever done. Okay, the most dangerous thing. Okay, the next question is, have you ever run out of gas in your car? If so, where? Now, I don't know if I've ever run out of gas. I'm guessing I probably have. I know one time I got really close to empty. I think I was like 4 miles from empty. And actually since I've lived in Virginia, I know twice I've gotten down to like 2 miles to empty, which is so stupid. I don't know why I do stuff like that. How many of you ever do stuff like that? It's not worth it. I know some people won't go below a quarter of a tank. I live on the edge with that. I go lower than that. So, like, I don't know why. It's not like I get a kick out of it or anything. I just procrastinate filling up my gas tank. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. Okay, let's see here. What black and white movie is your favorite? Okay, this was an easy one because I love Meet Me in St. Louis. Now, I think there are colored versions of that, like you know how they remaster movies to have color. So, but the black and white movie that is my favorite is Meet Me in St. Louis. I really like that one. It's so much fun. I love the songs in that movie. It's just really nice. And yeah, I just think it's one of my favorites. And the songs in that, like I said, are my favorite. And the little wicked sister always getting into trouble. Yeah, that was my favorite one. Okay, let's see. Here's an interesting one. If you had to lose one of your 5 senses, which one would you give up? Now, I was highlighting all the answers earlier, or all the questions and the ones that I was willing to answer. And this one I already kind of thought of. Now, there's 5 senses. So there's hearing, seeing, smell, taste, and touch, I think, are the 5 senses. So I think if I would want to be the least inconvenienced, I think the smell would be, like, smelling things would be my like least needed one. I think I could probably get away. Now, I don't know how much that would take away from tasting food, but who knows? So yeah, if I had to choose one, it would be smell, because if I couldn't see, I would be limited on working. I couldn't really work that well. I might be able to teach piano, but probably not. Yeah, hearing, I couldn't work. You know, what else? Taste, I wouldn't want to get rid of because I like to eat. So yeah, touch, I don't know that would really, I don't really know much about that. So I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I think I would give up smell. Okay. Here's a funny one. Have you ever worn clothing with the labels, tags still attached? And the answer is yes, I have done that too many times. In fact, I might even have one on now because I've actually noticed recently, because I've been getting a couple new shirts and skirts and things, that if I get something from Goodwill, I often forget to cut the little colored tag off, you know, the little plastic tag. And there's been more than one occasion where I keep catching myself, and I know that I look in the mirror or I look in a picture and there's like a little tag sticking up. It's not because I plan to return anything, it's just because I forget to cut it off. So anyway, all right, I think I'll do 3 more questions. And this one right here says, which is better, violins or pianos? And I thought this was kind of a neat question because I've actually tried to learn both, or I mean, I play the piano, but I actually tried to learn how to play the violin way back. It was a very painful experience because I wasn't any good at it. I mean, I could hear the melody and I could kind of play a tune, but it just didn't sound very good. And I didn't take lessons for very long. But I think out of the two, the piano is the better one because there's more, you can play several keys at a time. So you can have harmony, and you can play chords, and you can sustain your notes. And I just think it's more of an interesting instrument. So I would definitely say piano wins that one. All right, the next one is, name 3 things about where you live that you find most beautiful. Well, I live in Virginia, very near Virginia Beach, and so I really enjoy going on the water at the Chesapeake Bay. It's so beautiful out that way to go on the beach and then just get in a boat and look at the dolphins. You can see dolphins out there. I just really enjoy that. And then we are very close to Williamsburg, and I love to go up there and just kind of walk through the town. It's really nice. And then let's see, I think that's pretty much it. That's 3 things, right? We have a really nice aquarium too. I like to go there. So, okay, one more question. I would say this one might be a good one. Okay, this one says, what is something you're doing you never thought you would do? And that is be a banker. I'm in banking. I work at a credit union, and I never in a million years thought I would ever do that kind of a job. I really enjoy it. It's been a struggle for me to get kind of acclimated into this new job, but I really have enjoyed it, and today was a great day at work, and I just enjoy the job, and yeah, so I'm just really thrilled that I get to do it, and I never would have thought I would ever do something like that. So, you never know what's gonna come up in your life. It's pretty crazy. But anyway, those are the questions that I wanted to answer today, and there's loads more. I went through like 600 questions, 600 of the 2,000 questions, and like I said, I was a little bit low on ideas for today's video, so I thought, hey, this might help me in a jam, and today was my jam. Today was the jam. I didn't have anything, so I hope you enjoyed. I hope you, if you have a question, feel free to leave it for me in the comments. I will be answering all the questions on a Q&A soon on my channel, so definitely leave your comments and questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. I hope you all have a great Monday, and that you have a great rest of the week, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care, guys.